Max here today, and today I'll be telling you my life story and how I became into the world basically, and what everything has happened till now. So let's get on to it. I was born October 13th, 2000. Yeah, October 13th, 2000 in Victoria. You guys are probably gonna be like, in the comments, guys will be like, he forgot his birthday. By October 13th, 2000. And in Victoria Islands, Canada. I wasn't supposed to be born there. I was actually kind of misplanned. My mother was pregnant, and we were going on vacation to see my grandpa. I'm trying to start. Mom wants to. But yeah, we went on there for vacation for just like a week or two. And my mom was pregnant, but she didn't know or she wasn't supposed to be due for. She was already past her due date, so she was like, "Oh well, forget it. I'm just gonna go. We're just gonna go anyways." So, or actually went to there to pick my sister up. So she was like, "Well, we have to go anyways." So while we got there, we stayed there overnight because it was pretty late, and so we just stayed there. And the next day, the stupid pin. I was trying to, I don't know, see that? There was like push pins. Alright. Anyways, back to the story. I have ADD. What do you expect? ADHD, not ADD. ADHD. It's high definition. It's a high definition version of it. So, but the next day, you know, we were kind of stoned. My mom was making sure everyone had everything together. It's around 2 p.m. because we stayed there. We woke up late because we were all tired, and my nose was like, ah. So yeah, but we were there, and we were just gonna leave. It was 2 o'clock, and we started driving. You know, my grandpa's gonna take us back to the airport or wherever we were going. I'm not sure. I wasn't born yet. Then half an hour later, 2:30, or at 2, my mom started having the contractions that. Goddamn, son of a bitch. The contractions that the women have before the baby that gives birth. And that's when my grandpa rushed her to the hospital, and half an hour later, I popped up, and that's when I was born. And then we head back. We actually lived in Arizona. We've always lived in Arizona. Not always. That's a lie. We've lived in Washington, Oregon, California, and Missouri. The main places that we lived. That you can actually say we lived at for a while. So, you know, I was growing up, and we kind of grew up in like the game kind of place of it. Kind of grew up in like the hood area. So if you guys like if I get really mad, dog, kind of like this, dog, you know, because some of my best friends were gang members, you know, like straight up gang members. It was legit like that. See, and so they considered me to be called a U.S. citizen since my mom was just there for one day. They said that I wasn't considered to be a Canadian citizen, but I was still born in Canada. I had stayed there for 2 days. We had stayed there 2 days, and then we went back down the west coast to Arizona. So don't remember anything from the patch of from that day. Well, I don't remember anything from that day. From that day to 2 or to 3. But when I was 4 years old, my father had passed away. He had committed suicide because he was a drug abuser. So I don't really expect. So my dad died. Then we you know, we kind of like went through this stage where everyone went their own separate ways. I was still a little kid, so I didn't know what was going on until later on. Until I think I was like 10 when it hit. No, not 10. Like 9 when it hit me. And so we all we all went our separate ways, and everyone went into their rooms and everything. And I was just kind of too young to understand, so I would just like sit in the room, play with my cars, or whatever I had to play with then. And we ended up kind of leaving the house that we were in for a year or two and moving in with one of my mom's friends because we were broke. Basically, we were bankrupt, and we were able to get. My mom was able to get her money, get a raise, and so there we go. That was a better shot. Okay, and so my mom was able to get a raise, get some more money, and we were able to move back into our house. So then, what we were doing, we moved back into our house. Then when I was 7, I fell out of the window. No, when I was 6, I fell out of the window. Or the window. I was pressed against the screen, like like you're like pressed against the screen. Well, I went face forward. I went head first, and I like flipped and like landed on my tailbone. But I wasn't freaking out. I was freaking out because there's ants all around me. I was crying and I'm freaking out. And then so yeah, when my sister comes out, and my mom thinks that my sister pushed me out the window. She was like, "Bah!" But no, I actually did it myself. Then the next time I was looking at the window, I was like, I was pressing it. The next time I fell out the window twice, and I don't learn. I was pressing against the window, and I was like, and that's when I fell out again. So yeah, then, but before that, I fell through the glass coffee table. And got no scrapes, no nothing, no cuts, didn't have to go to the emergency room or anything. I was a very lucky baby. Very lucky. Very, very, very lucky. And, basically, well, I had, I can't speak. Can't speak in the Dutch. Where was I? Oh yeah, so, the window. No. Then, I had grown up in that part for a while. Yeah, I lived on a ranch for about a long time. That was a ranch, basically, we lived on. So we were in the middle of nowhere, and back where we lived, there was nothing. There was, like, one house. We had one house here. Or no. There's a road, right? It's like, turns, and it's just... And, there's one house here, another house, that was our house right here, then another one a little bit behind ours like that, but like this, about like that, and there's another one across the street from us. So that was it. And these roads were made out of cinder since where I lived. There was basically, that's all we had was cinder because of all the volcanoes that were there. And so from there on out, there was nothing. Like, what we did for fun was we hanged out with our neighbors. Our neighbors had kids, so we just hung out with them. And one night there was a bonfire. That's when I ever first learned how to ride my bike. Most of you guys probably learned how to ride your bike when you were like 6 maybe. I was like 9 when I learned how to ride my bike, and I was 10 when I learned how to swim. Like, so much stuff happens because I had no one to teach me. We were going through a state of depression where nothing was going our way, and nothing wanted to go our way. So that's basically what happened. And then 3 years later, after I was 9 years old, I moved up to a different place, and I started going to Whipple Elementary School. And first day, I was bullied. I was bullied my first year there, actually. Well, I moved in mid-year, so I was bullied. Like, yeah, the rest of my year. 4th grade, nothing, or 3rd grade. That was 3rd grade. 4th grade, nothing really happened. Nothing interesting happened. 5th grade, met Porter and Ethan, and and Justin, and I already knew John, so John introduced me to Justin, and Connor. Connor's was one of my best friends, and then he moved, so we kind of like separated as best friends. We kind of were just like friends from there on out, but we used to hang out every day that we could. So So yeah, but basically after that, 6th grade. 6th grade, sixth grade, blah blah. 6th grade, don't do that. And I just got freaked out by the trash can because he was like with his nose and he was. So yeah, but that was So 6th grade, I met Lane. I was kind of just like because of Porter, and me and Lane kind of just like. And 7th grade, you know, that was the first time that me and like Porter were kind of just like hanging out for a lot of times, and that's when Lane was just kind of like, hey, blah blah blah. And we just kind of got talking and stuff. And he's my best friend, even though we live far away. And even though I moved, we don't live that far away. We probably live like 10 miles. Okay, maybe like, yeah, like probably 10 miles. But that's what happened. And then I moved, and you know, kind of moving just kind of changed my whole mindset. You know, I wanted to be a YouTuber for a long time. I wanted to make YouTube videos. I wanted to show everyone what I do, because a lot of people were like, oh wow, that's really cool. And so I was itching. I don't know. Always in the middle of a video, and so YouTube was kind of just like a thing for me that I could just like express myself out through. I just started YouTube this year, like maybe not even like the beginning, a little bit less, and I've only got a few videos. That's why I started. My first subscriber was my best friend Lane, and he meant a lot to me. That meant a lot to me. Then, you know, second subscriber was someone else and Chris and 2 other people. I don't know who they are. But, yeah. My 5 subscribers, I think. 4 or 5. Not sure. But, yeah, that's my life story up till now. Like, I found YouTube, I did all this stuff with YouTube, and it was kind of like mashed up. YouTube was a way for me to express myself and what I do for a living, and, you know, the girlfriends. Let's talk about girls. I was a ladies' man. 16 girlfriends before I was even 12. I got pinch wet. And then puberty happened. You know, I got all these like red dots on my face. You can't get rid of them. Like even if you walk, like you can scrub them with a little brush, and they still won't do anything. So they still won't go away. They come back for me. Your voice cracks. My voice is way deeper than it started off. I was like talking like this when I was like, I talk like this, and now I talk like this, and it's a major voice change and attitude change too. So you know, kind of a rough life. I don't remember everything that happened, but I do remember some stuff that happened, and that's about it. My life isn't that long. I haven't lived that much, but you know, that's my life. And if you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to comment, share this video with someone else that you think might like it. So that's gonna be it for this video. Burp on the way out. See ya. No, it doesn't want to stop recording.